There we are. Hello and welcome to Kedrick Farms. Today we have got a fun stream planned. We're going to be streaming on Westby, Wisconsin. But in addition to that, we've got some special guests here joining us in voice chat in just a moment. We're going to have MB Farms and hopefully Tired Iron Modding. And so these are the guys that have been working really hard on Westby, so I'm looking forward to playing the map here a little bit tonight, getting our farm set up and picked out, and hopefully opening that up to some votes from the viewers here in a little bit once we get going. I wanted to try out the new polling feature in YouTube here for streaming, so we'll do that in a little bit. And yeah, so let me go ahead and find the button here to bring MB Farms into the stream. Let's see. Here we go. MB Farms, are you able to hear me?
Yep. Hello.
Cool. Looks like you're coming across on the stream.
Awesome.
Everybody in the audience, let me know if he's coming in too loud, too quiet. We can always adjust the volume here. So we've got quite a few people in chat today. Derry, welcome to the chat. Wes Henry, Legendary's in here. Good to see you guys. Perma's modding, living on a player. Good times, guys. Argzy, welcome. Good to see you, sir. Scrolling through. Altuno, welcome back to the stream, man. Good to see you. Alan Trutter, welcome. Good to see you. Even if a little on the loud side. All right, we'll turn down the voice just a smidge here. Give that a try, MB Farms.
Hello. Hey, Derry dear.
There we go. That's looking a little better. So we've got Westby fired up here, and he's too quiet now. Let me bump you right back up just a smidge into the middle here. I've got all kinds of sliders. There we go. You should be halfway in between where you were and too quiet.
All right.
So I have got your map up here, and we were just talking ahead of the stream here a little bit about where you guys are at in the testing cycle with this. I know a lot of people are really excited about the map, but there's still some things left to be done before it's ready for release.
Yes, testing is actually going along very well. We've been working over the last week or so to fix the issues. We found quite a few issues with the animal pens and the ration and all that stuff. Just small terrain issues and things like that we've been working on. But overall, we're getting really close. Just got to fix a couple more issues and run it through testing one more time, and we'll be all set.
Yeah, I've got to say, I'm super excited to get in and start playing on this, and I just brought up the animal menu here. You guys have a ton of pastures and animal yards and stuff on this map. How many is this? It's got to be like 20.
I believe there are 16 animal pens across the map. There's a dairy barn at each farm, plus all the free stalls at the big dairy farm, and then a bunch of beef pastures around the map as well.
Gotcha. I think we're getting an echo on the voice chat. Give me 1 second. I know exactly why that is. It's always something here when I try to bring other people into the voice. There we go. How about now? How's that coming across for everybody, MB Farms?
All right. Are we good?
Oh, we're a little loud. I'm going to drop you down. Try that again.
Hello?
Too quiet. Right back here. Try that one more time.
Hello.
There we go. Right in the middle. Perfect. Hopefully that works out for you guys. And so you were talking, you mentioned the dairy farms, and this is something I think I misrepresented in my video here. And so I want to jump up here. There's this large farm in the kind of south center part of the map here that I thought was a cattle operation when I flew through here, because I didn't see any triggers for milk. But is this actually a dairy operation?
Yes, those barns right there are all free stalls. Um,
Gotcha.
and there should be milk triggers on it.
Okay.
I'll have to confirm where they are, and I do plan on making a video, just talking about generally where the triggers are and where you can find everything.
Perfect. Apologies, I'm tweaking volume levels,
Oh,
trying to make sure everything comes through here.
Hello?
hello.
Hey, we've got Tired Iron Modding in the chat here as well now.
Howdy.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you. How's it going?
It's going well. We're going to be taking a look here at the map a little bit and then getting some help from the audience to hopefully pick our starting farm here. I'm hoping we've resolved the echo issues now, so we'll see if the volume level and everything else works out here as well. I'm going to continue tweaking here. There's always a small delay with the what people see on YouTube here.
Yes.
So, so you mentioned that these are supposed to be dairy barns. You guys are going to make a video kind of showing where the triggers and stuff are, which is going to be super helpful, I think.
Yeah, basically just to run around and generally explain, especially on that farm, because there's a lot of barns.
Yeah.
On the other ones, you can generally, they're in the same spot on each farm. But we plan on making a short little clip on where everything is.
Yeah, the main way that them dairy barns work is that in between the 4 free stalls, you've got the slurry pit, and then you've got a manure like bunker area, and then those are supposed to work for each one across the ways, and then the big old other style free stalls have their own set of slurry and manure.
Gotcha. Yeah, I definitely found all of the slurry spots. And so what I wasn't able to see was any milk spots here. So although there's a tank here on the end that might actually have been the milk trigger.
You would know more where the triggers are than I do, Kyle.
Gotcha. No, that's fine. We'll have to play around with this some more here.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to look more into that. Off the top of my head, I can't really think about where the milk triggers are. I believe they're somewhere in there, but if they're not, we'll quickly add them before we release the map, because there's no point to release it without the triggers.
Yeah, for sure. I had a question. Somebody asked how many cattle is that dairy operation capable of holding? I believe each of these barns holds 100 cows here.
Yeah, I believe it was somewhere around 100.
So quite a few. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's a 7th building or 6 buildings. There's 6 buildings here, so it looks like at least 600 head here, which is going to be awesome. Joe, welcome to the stream. Good to see you.
Yeah,
So,
it'll be just short of 600. I think about 520. One of the barns holds 100, and the other barn holds 80. I couldn't tell you which one it is, but it'll be either really close to, it'll be either 560 or 520, but that's still a decent amount.
yeah, for sure, especially for farm sim standards.
Yeah.
I'm definitely looking forward to. I think the members on my Discord server, they've definitely expressed interest in running this on one of our multiplayer servers. I know we were troubleshooting a handful of small issues with multiplayer that got picked up during testing. So, you know, once those get ironed out and you're ready to release, I know we've got a lot of people looking forward to hit this map multiplayer. And I think this is going to be a farm where I run a multiplayer series on it and we get as much help as we can, because I think it'd be a lot of fun to try and fill up all these bunks and keep that many cows going for a while.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people have said they want to run that farm, so that's really cool.
So for those just joining, because we have picked up quite a few members in the last few minutes, or viewers on the channel here, we have MB Farms and Tired Iron Modding in the voice chat with me tonight. And they're here to answer any questions you have about the map, as they are the guys that have been working on it. And so for the series we're setting up for today, this is going to be my single player series we're going to do on this map, which we are going to be running, I think, a little bit older equipment to start off with here. And part of why that is we've got this awesome kind of older style John Deere dealership here that really got me wanting to get into, you know, running this how I kind of did the first time when I ran a series on this map in FS19. And so we're going to be hitting up some of the older John Deere equipment that just came out. And I know Tired Iron Modding, you've put out quite a few John Deere mods, especially in the last couple of days. I think you dropped a few additional mods, didn't you?
I released 2 series of old Deere tractors, the 30 and 40 series sound guards, along with a bunch of add-ons that you can add onto them, hence the name.
Yep.
And then high crop versions of them too, which is a very uncommon form of these tractors, but they're very helpful if you know what they do.
Yeah, it'll be fun to dive into that a little bit. Now, there we go. I'm making sure I had to put the... I was testing some stuff earlier, and I had a version of the map that I'd edited a bunch and broke a whole bunch of stuff, and so I wanted to make sure I could open the doors here. I was like, oh, I should have tested that before the stream. So we've got a bunch of farms on this map. Do you know offhand how many functional farm sites are on the map now?
7?
7 or 8?
7?
I think there's 8. I think there's 8 functional farms and 2 just decorative ones, I believe.
So we've got the 3 main farms that I remember from the FS19 version of the map are more or less still here and where they were prior, with some small changes. And then there were a ton of extra farms and pastures all over this map. I love that you've got the pasture areas here kind of in between some of the fields and stuff. I thought that was really cool, because that was something that when I was driving out through Wisconsin here recently, I definitely noticed a lot of grazing areas that were kind of in the more awkward places, you know, in the hills and stuff.
Yeah, basically anywhere that wasn't suitable for farming has been made into a pasture and all functional.
So yeah, J. Joe, your question is this, are all the farms fully functional? And for the most part, yes. There's, I think, a couple of more decorative areas, but most of the core farms here, the 7 or 8 farms, are fully functional with animals, and on all the farms, you said, right?
Yep, every farm has some sort of pasture or dairy area.
So I'm trying, I should turn on the mini map here, because I can't remember exactly where all the farms are, but I think there's one back here somewhere.
Nope.
Nope.
Co-op is up there.
That's just a house.
And along with the elevator. There's a house up there. If you keep going that way, there's a couple more farms in the middle of the map.
Yep.
And then, yep, straight across that way.
So this would be one of your more... Oh, no, this is kind of a functional area. There's no house, but you've got 2 barns and some bins.
Yeah, that's just a general storage site you can buy if you want, and have some grain bins and some storage.
Gotcha. Which there's another one of those right here, which I like this a lot. I know a lot of farms where you've got some small storage sites that are just kind of out in the countryside, you know, not necessarily at the farmyard where you live. So, yeah. Hey,
And,
Scooter's Workbench, welcome to the stream, man.
There are grain dryers that we have put on the map. We put some placeable ones down. They just convert corn into dry corn. There's no propane required or anything yet. And there are a couple of them around the map, but I don't think I sent you the folder for that, so that's
Yeah,
why
no,
they're
I don't
missing.
think I saw any corn dryers yet. So, which will be cool though. Um, that's going to be a nice addition to the map for sure. So we've got another one of the farms here. A couple of storage sheds there. I'm trying to find all the farms so that I can put them up for a vote here. I'm not sure how I'm going to number these, though, to give them all a number to keep them straight.
That's all right. We never really knew either. We just started with one and somehow ended up with 9. I think was the grand total of functional, non-functional farms.
I like that there's a little bit of variation in sizes, some smaller ones, some medium-sized ones. You know, we've got one with a grain leg there, so...
And generally, they're all based off the real-life farms. Of course, you have to change some things due to Farming Simulator as a game not being perfect when it comes to reality, but as close as we could get them, we tried.
And then somebody's asking if the fermenting silos work. I did see that some of those are set up as production buildings, so they should ferment silage.
Yep, any of those stave silos that are up against the barns like that are functional.
And then are they set up to empty directly into the barns, or... Oh, there's probably a trigger here to empty into.
Yeah, on the opposite side of the inlet pipe, right there is where you can get that out of.
Got it. So,
And
yeah.
we did fix the grass on that barn.
Okay.
That has been fixed.
Yeah, I've got about a week-old version of this map, and I know you guys have been working on it quite a lot, so...
Yeah, things move around here.
I'm sure. Godly Devil, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. All right. So this one's also a functional farmyard?
That is
or
actually one of the decorative ones.
is this one of the decorative ones? All right.
All
It
of
looks
the,
so real.
All the farms that have pretty much the in-game Elm Creek buildings, either retextured red or white or whatever, those definitely are just the decorative farms.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, that's an easy way to tell.
Yep. I do like some of these assets, though. The slightly rusted out look.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they did good on the buildings in 22.
Let me pop open the map here. I'm kind of wandering. I guess the other easy way to tell where stuff is whether or not there's anything on the mini-map. The interesting part is that, for me, even though there's no additional farms up here, there's so much land and, you know, rolling hills and stuff up here, which is going to be just a lot of fun to get back up here on this little windy road and tackle some of these fields.
Yeah, that upper part of the map there is quite interesting with all of the hills. If you find the right contour, you can roll a square barrel down the hill.
Okay, that's a significant angle.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, that's a pretty steep hill right there. I did download the Sidehill combine, so I'm kind of curious to try some of these hills out to see how it works.
Speaking of side hills, I did in fact test out some of the more intense sides of the hills, and it handles it, but it doesn't like it.
Yeah. Yeah, some of these are quite intense. JR Clock, are all the farms cattle farms? All of the farms do have cattle of some type, you know, or pasture or dairy set up on them. But some of the farms are more geared towards grain than others. One of them has an actual full grain elevator. And then there's additionally some cold storage and bin sites that are just scattered around the map in a few places that are kind of standalone. I think we've now looked, I've just been flying around while we're talking here. I think we've looked at most of the farm sites here. I'm still not quite sure how I'm going to put this up for a vote to people to see which one we should pick. Oh, here's one of those I wanted to show Mr. Clock here since he asked. We've got a couple of different places like this where we've just got some bins and a shed or two. JJo, is this map more for large-scale farming? I would say it depends on your personal preferences. I mean, it is a 4X map, so there's a lot of field space on the map. But if I bring up the map here, you're going to notice very quickly, after it's done saving, that a good chunk of these fields are not that large, right? I mean, this would be a standard size here in the corner if I were to just kind of draw a square here. And so with the way that the contour farming works in places like Wisconsin, you know, you've got lots of narrower strips. So you could definitely, you know, when you buy the land, it's going to buy, you know, both of those sections, but they're kind of outlined as separate fields here. I think that's probably to help with hired workers and such. Although I'll be curious to see how Courseplay handles some of these fields. And so
Honestly,
I think
I'll be curious too.
yeah, I think you could definitely plow some of these sections together if you wanted to. I know a lot of guys don't, you know, care for the ultra realistic aspect. Me personally, you know, I'll probably leave them like this because I'm going to start out using some smaller equipment. But you can see it's a pretty small strip here between these different crop sections. And the crop sections themselves aren't that wide. So, I mean, if we were using a 6-row head, you know, you're going to take this in, you know, 3 or 4 rounds. It's not that much field, at least from a width perspective.
And
So
that's kind of the beautiful thing about this map is it is, like you said, a 4X, and it is a pretty big map. But the way that the fields work is that an 18-foot grain head really isn't that painful to use. It's actually kind of just about the right size when it comes to any of the farms that you run.
So let's see here. I definitely want to get some equipment and stuff going on this, and we can start farming on this while we talk about some stuff. I'm trying to catch up on chat. Superfly, lots of shifting gears on this map. That is true. And I do have the manual transmission stuff still set up. And so I'm looking forward to having to, you know, probably downshift a bit as we're going up hills with different pieces of equipment and stuff. So
Definitely.
that's going to be fun for sure. All right. I guess the best way to do this is I'm going to click this button over here and see if I can find a way to create a poll. I don't know how many options I can only do 4 options on a poll here on YouTube. So I've got to narrow this down to about 4 options here. So I'm going to rule out this beautiful farm with the big grain leg because this is the farm that I played in my previous series. And I think we're going to pick a different farm on the map, go see a different area. So we're definitely going to be doing some animals on here. I don't tend to do a lot of animals. And so we're going to do some. I don't know how many. I'm also going to rule out the super large dairy over here for my single player playthrough. We are going to save this and run this on the multiplayer server when it comes out. I've already had a number of people asking me if we could do a big combined farm on the multiplayer server to run this. So that's what we're going to do when this comes out for multiplayer. And let me see here. So we've got a couple of farms here. I've got this, excuse me. I've got this small farm over here on the, what is this? The east side of the map. So we'll call this the southeast farm, I think. And so this is the southeast farm of the map. And remember that if you're watching and you want to vote later when I put the option in, this is going to be southeast. We're going to come up here. We've got a couple other farms here. Actually, I really like this farm here because it's got a A lot of storage options here, and a couple of the drive-in bunks, or more than a couple. We've got, looks like 4 of these. One of these might be a manure pit?
The one on the left is a slurry pit, and the one on the right is the manure pit.
Gotcha.
And
So
then
we've got a
those two are
slurry pit
silage.
and a manure pit, and then we've got some silage there, as well as the staves for silage. So awesome. This is going to be a another option for us here. Let me just make sure before I keep calling these all on the east side, I want to see how many more farms I've got on the east side. So we've got 3 on the east side here. So we've got the southeast was the first one we looked at. This is going to be the east farm right here. And then this one up here is going to be northeast. So when we vote, I got to narrow these down. So if you want any of the east farms, one of these 3 farms, we're just going to have a single vote for east. And then I'm going to zip over here, and we'll find a couple other options here real quick. We've got 2 bin sites here. So I had 3 farms there. I've ruled out 2 of them, and then I've got, I think, 3 farms here. So we've got this one, which is the farm on the west side here, which is also got a couple of bins in different spots, a couple of sheds. I'm liking it. And then it looks like the animal yard is actually up closer to the road here on this one, which is cool. And then if I just zip down here, we've got this farm over here, which is the other dairy option here. Only 1 bin, although we've got a machine shed and a bin right across the road here. I think that's a separate purchasable area. It is. So I guess that's the other thing. Let me double check land prices here and make sure I can actually afford these. That would be a little steep. We could do
Hopefully
it.
the land prices are adjusted right. I've been messing with them quite a bit to get them.
It feels accurate given the amount of land. And I'll be starting with some cheaper equipment, I'm suspecting. Yeah, we could swing any of these farms. So I ruled out 2 farms, and I'm counting 5 actual farmyards here still for a total of 7 farms. Does that sound right? So I've ruled out 2, so there's a total of 9 farm, or no, there's this farm, 2. There's a 3rd. Oh, there's a 4th right here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 farms. I can count. So I count 8 farms.
Okay, that sounds right. Yep.
All right. So we have 3 farms on the east side. We have 2 farms on the west side, and I'm getting rid of 2 options here, this farm here and the large dairy operation. So let me come in here, and we're going to put an east and a west option in. Which side of the map should we play? And then I'll do a separate vote for the farms themselves. And I'm going to drink a spot of water here. So go ahead. You should see a vote pop up from the poll, I think. Let me know if it pops up here.
Yep.
And go ahead and toss your votes in while I take a break for just a second. JJ Billy Bob, that's a great question. How many fields are on the map in total? I see the number go up to 133.
And then there are 3 unnamed fields.
Up in the northwest here.
Yeah, 2 up there and then 1 down by the large dairy.
Oh, yep. Gotcha. So East is winning so far. We got 69% for East right now. How do I get to vote, JR Clock? You should see a poll pop up on the stream here. I'm not actually sure how it looks from a user's perspective. You guys will forgive me if I log into my phone here on YouTube and see what this is going to look like. Let's see. YouTube. Gotta log in under my personal account. Join the stream. I don't think I've joined my own stream in a long time. Yeah, it pops up on my phone, nice and blue. And we're gonna log our own vote here. Cool. Well, it seems like we have an overwhelming majority of people that are voting for the east side of the map here. So let's take a look here at the east side while the votes are still coming in for a moment here, and think about which of these three farms we might like to take a look at. So we're gonna call this the south one. We already kind of looked at these and talked about it. We'll just call this east. And then we'll come up here. And oh no, I missed one. There's another farm up here. We've got 4 options over here. I completely missed a farm. So my southeast thing isn't gonna work. So starting over, we're really coherent today. We're gonna call this little farm Farm 1. So this will be Farm 1. And then we're going to do Farm 2 as this little farm. And then vote number 3 will be this farm right here. And then we have this 4th farm right up here all the way on this end of the map. So those are going to be our 4 options here on the east side. So if you like option number 4, this is option number 4, this farm right here. And then we're going to start a new poll in just a second. This is going to be option number 3. In fact, I'm going to end the existing poll just in case there's a cooldown for me when I try to do the next one. And then we're going to come down here. This is going to be option number 2 right here. And then this one over here is going to be option number 1. So let me go ahead and put that poll up for everybody, because that's going to be about the only way I'm going to keep track of this, is which farm 2, 3, and 4. Here we go. Place your votes in the official poll when it pops up here. And I will give these one more flyby. This is farm number 1 right here. We've got farm number 2 right here. We've got farm number 3 coming in with 67% of the votes so far right here. And then we've got farm number 4 up here on the top part of the map. I've never done this whole poll thing in a live stream, so it's quite entertaining. So it looks like so far farm number 3 here is winning with 64% of the votes. It shows me the most votes one, but I have to actually come click on it to see the others. Oh, farm number 3 is currently winning by a small landslide. I've got 106 votes in out of a 200-person live stream, and 62% of those are for farm number 3 here. So if you're interested, we'll leave this open for just a moment, and I'm going to jump into the store and start looking at the equipment here that we've loaded up. I've got the 40 series tractors here. The open station is in the small tractors category. I think I can actually change the cab here and get the different canopies on this thing, which is kind of cool. I'm not a big fan of open station typically, but we might need a nice little work tractor. I'm looking for, this is my guy right here. So when I worked on the farm, we had a 4240 with the I think it was an 8-gear power shift. So I drove this tractor so much when I was a teenager. So we're definitely going to be getting one of these here on the farm.
Oh, you had a Cadillac. That power shifts. There's something.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, there was a few of those gears that you shifted between and you got quite the kick.
Oh yeah, 7th to 8th puts you through the back window if you're not
Yep.
paying attention.
I definitely remember smacking my head on the back of the window a few times.
Oh,
Oh, we've got front loader options too. Nice. We didn't have a front loader. Row crop setups, weights on the tires. I've got my duals. Oh, I've got the wide stance. There we go. Awesome. All right. So I just want to show off a couple of other things. So I've got all these which were released here recently. I've got the 4640, 4840s as well for a little bit of extra horsepower. I don't know if I've got enough equipment for everything. I did see that Rooster had, I think, released this 950 Cyclo, which might be a good 12-row planter for us.
yes, he did a very good job on that. I would highly recommend it.
And that's like finding older equipment. Like in the last few weeks, a lot of good stuff has come out. So we'll be checking this out here shortly. And then if we're doing animals, I guess we're gonna have to figure that out. I don't play with animals a lot, so this will be a fun series for me. Now I noticed that we've got this grinder on here. Is that something that came with the map, or did I put a bunch of random mods in my folder?
That came with the map. You can use it to fill the creep feeders on the pastures with rations.
Got it. That makes sense. Derek, where did the 40 series come from? Those were released by Tired Iron Modding here in the last couple of days, I think.
Yesterday, actually.
Yeah, yesterday. So head on.
Fresh off the press.
I think I've got his itch.io or Facebook page in the description. I can't recall now if I've got all of the appropriate links in the description, but
Is it all right if I put it in the chat?
yeah, go for it. You should be able to do that. If not, I'm sure one of the moderators can post it in there for you too.
Well, I just didn't want to get banned for some reason.
No. I'm gonna ban you after having you in the voice chat.
Dare you.
Let me see here. I'm going way too fast. Now, this barn doesn't have any auto feed mechanics or anything set up on it, right? It's the staves are just set up, and then I can come in here and fill a wagon.
Yes.
Cool.
There is, I'll kind of make be able to explain this a little better. But there is a hay loft on each of the barns. With a
for
bale
holding
elevator.
bales?
It'll convert it into loose straw, or hay or whatever.
Okay.
And there is this spot to pull it out and use it for feed.
So that would be like in the area in front of the barn, or where?
Yeah, it is. The trigger should be right there on that barn to the left of the door. If
Okay.
you run up, I think, and left click. There should be a trigger somewhere in there. If you click and look up, you should be able to see that the door opens.
I
up
might,
there.
hang on, I'm in about a million. Speed things always tend to.
I think that one is just below that left window on the main floor.
There it
Might
is.
be a little farther.
Got it.
Got it.
Oh, there it is, and it pops right out, so now I've got somewhere to toss the bales. That's cool. And then once there's hay up there, I can pull that back down somehow.
Yes, there should be. I think it's where the go out and look where these save silos are.
Inside here.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
where
a
the
big,
save silos are at. Yeah, that pipe right there.
Right up here.
Pull out of there, get your materials back out for feed.
Got it. And then these are going to be for the stave silos. Cool.
Yep.
All right. Well, I can't wait to try that out. That's going to be really cool. I know when I played on Autumn Oaks that Dennis Farms did in 19, he had a similar feature here, but having the conveyor pop out for the bales is going to be a lot of fun. So it looks like we're going to close this poll. It looks like Farm 3 definitely won here. So let's go ahead and buy this and see how poor we're going to be. Oh yeah, we're going to start with all kinds of fields here. So we've got a number of fields, and since we've been doing a fair amount of talking here, I'd love to jump in and do a little bit of farming. So we've got a few fields already ready to harvest. So one of the things that FS22 did that I really like is that they made it so you can start farming stuff right out of the gate. As opposed to always starting in like spring or winter with seasons. So I've got a little bit of, what is that, oats probably?
Yep.
Cool. So what are do you guys know what common crops are in the Wisconsin area? I mean, obviously the corn and beans and the, alfalfa type stuff, but...
Wheat, and I'm sure oats are fairly common as well, just for mostly the straw.
Yep.
Yeah, like you said, wheat and oats are primarily for animal production, for straw for bedding, and oats is for, they produce more straw as well. And then another thing that is a bit different is they grow a little bit of sorghum, but they don't harvest the sorghum, they mow it for a type of feed, like a hay crop.
Okay.
So that we implemented sorghum for that reason. I mean, you can still harvest it no matter what, but you also have that extra feature to make a little bit more hay if you like.
Got it. I'm just looking at these fields that we just ended up buying to see how hilly we are. I think we're going to try this Sidehill combine. I think we've got enough hills to justify it, so let's give this a shot. Sidehill combine. So this one... Oh, I've got different designs. I was about to just hit the buy button, but I've got some options here. 75,
And
78.
we did add, we adjusted the growing season for winter wheat. So you can harvest it in the months of June and July instead of July and August. And adjusted the planting time for soybeans. So you're able to plant them, I think it's May through the end of July. So that way, the wheat and soybean times overlap to allow for double crop soybeans.
Gotcha. And then I think you also said in the comments of the video, and I didn't cover this in my review video, but you also changed the weather a bit?
Yes. In the wintertime, we allowed for it to stay colder because the way Giants has it set up, the snow will melt within 2 hours of it falling because the temperature gets up above freezing daily. So we made it so it hardly gets above freezing through the core of winter. And then late winter it warms up a little bit and it'll melt the snow. So you get a lot more snow. It allows for snow plowing and a more winter feel on the map.
Awesome. I love my winter feel. I've yet to have to... I have not had to plow snow yet in Farm Sim. Like, it's snowed, but I haven't had to plow, and I'm looking forward to that.
Now the snow will stack up in multiple layers.
Yes.
Because it stays cold enough.
I'm loving that. I'm going to have to adjust my settings at some point so that I have more days in a month.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I got weights.
And then another thing we did, as you know, typically up north here, we can get wet fall or whatever like that. And you can't get your crops out until the ground freezes. So what we did is I extended the harvest window for corn and soybeans into the middle of winter. So you can harvest corn in the snow if you want to.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm curious how that works. I know in Farm Sim, I think I saw if it's physically raining, you'll get a penalty, but do you take any penalty if there's just snow on the ground?
If there's snow on the ground, no, it won't affect anything yield-wise. Only if it's actually snowing.
I can't enter any of these vehicles.
Are you in flight mode?
Yeah, I think I was.
That's why it limits it.
There we go. All right. Godly Delvo, I don't think I saw you in the stream earlier. Welcome, sir. Good to see ya. Let's see if I can remember how all the gear shifting and stuff works here. And, now, this is a mod I haven't had a chance to use yet. Oops. Oh, I gotta jump. I've got manual attach on. We're gonna have all kinds of fun in this series. So let's do the thing I always forget to do, which is jump in cab here. Oh, this is bringing back memories. You've got the 8-speed power shift and everything all set up here.
Yes, sir.
Digging it.
And I've actually animated it to where it jumps a little weird from reverse to neutral to park, but it clicks through all the gears just.
Yes, look at that. It moves through the gears. Oh, I'm gonna love it. RPM gauge is working and everything.
RPM, fuel, temperature, oil pressure, they all work.
Yes. It's so awesome. Like, I'm having nostalgia. This is exactly what I used to drive when I was on the farm here.
Oh, that's good to hear. That's really good.
Oh, goodness. This is going to be fun. And I also got the gravity wagon here, which I love that you added the wood options for the extenders, because that's what we had on one of our old, we had like an old rusty gravity wagon, and then you just had the boards up on top to make it bigger. So
did I happen to call you before I made these? Because I'm starting to make everything y'all used to have.
No, it's funny is I've got a bunch of photos from the farm auction when the guy I used to work for retired. I just need to send those over to you to get the last few things built out.
Sure, send them my way.
I love older farm equipment here. So we're going to take this thing over and see if we can actually start farming. Now, this is going to be the first time I've driven around on this map here, so I got to figure out how to get over to these fields here. They're over there. I'm assuming I've got a path here somewhere. Oh no, my steering wheel isn't working. That's too bad.
Yeah, there's a path off to the left there that'll go out to the highway, and then off to the right between those groups of trees, there's another one.
We're going to do the quick plug it in, plug it, unplug it, plug it back in real quick and see if it gets picked up here. But my Logitech software doesn't see it, so I'm guessing Farm Sim's not going to see it. Nope, no dice. All right, keyboard it is, folks.
I have to unplug and plug mine in every time I load the game, too, for some reason.
So this will take me out to the main road. How do I get, is there a path here?
Yep, to the right between 71 and 48. There's a path going right out to the road there as well.
Oh, I see it over there. All right, we're going to go over there. See if we can avoid hitting anything. I think I've got the crash counter turned on. Need a little bit of rust to make it authentic. This is rolled right off of the factory line here. We're going to set everything up in the 70s, right?
Yep, that's why the nice old dealership makes it feel that way.
I'll have to, I know the squad's been running his 60s, now 70s series, well, series on his channel. I bet he'll be interested to see some of these mods if he hasn't already.
Yeah.
I will say, though, the one thing that'll drive me nuts after some period of time is just the 13 miles an hour. While realistic, I'm like, already, come on, let's go. Wow, that is a serious hill. Look at that. If we jump in cab here, we've also got a nice interior on this John Deere.
Really animated.
Oh, and this
Yes,
is quad
JR.
range.
That is Highway 14 through Westby.
All right, let's give this a shot, see if I can figure out how this works. So I've got a lot of options here. Ooh, I can adjust my header height, or my reel height. That's cool. And then, so the Sidehill thing, do I need to do anything? Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
If we unfold it, just automatically adjusts.
All you have to do is just unfold it, and the way that I made it is the header will. It has a lot of rotation limit, up and down, side to side. So I scripted in some imaginary wheels to pretty much let it ride on the ground. And as soon as you put it on the ground, it'll hug the terrain. It looks pretty good after that. But all you got to do is just unfold it, and the rest of it just happens.
Okay, apologies. I'm coming in to get rid of stones and lime.
Yes.
Automatic engine start needs to go away. All the things I always forget when I start a new map for the first time.
See, like, the stones, I like the concept. But there's too many of them, and they're
Yep.
too small.
Yeah.
If you could go out and actually use the diamond like it's intended, with larger rocks, that would be really awesome.
Right, which I absolutely loved how the Rocky Fields mod by Thundar worked in 19. Like, they were decent sized rocks that were physical objects on top that you could pick up. I thought that was a lot of fun.
I never actually played with that.
Oh, it was amazing. I loved it. So much so that I begged Permas to get me a real rock picker in game so that I could use it rather than just picking them up with a loader bucket.
Yep. Yeah, the concept, like you said, Derry Deer, the concept is there, but it is like you're farming on an old quarry.
Buttons. There we go. We're just gonna continue through this area. I love the like the little bushes and stuff in the waterway. You know, the feel of the
Yes.
map is just awesome. You guys did an awesome job on this. Oh, I'm so excited. This combine is amazing, and like, you know, for the size of the strips and stuff, it really doesn't feel like it's a really small implement, right? You know, I'm used to firing up a X9 and plowing through, you know, a 40, 50 acre field in a live stream, but this is going to be a lot of fun, especially once I get my steering wheel working. I'm really bummed. Right before the stream, I like moved everything around so I could get it here in front of me again, because I moved it out of the way for work, and I don't know what's going on with it.
Yeah, I can't tell you the last time I ever bought an S series on a save game. I think the biggest I've ever bought is probably a bullet rotor STS series.
I'm on my save game, I'm running the 9650 and the new 625s that 46 mods released.
Yep.
Because that's as closest to the combine that I run in real life.
Right. Well, we had
that I
a
can
a 9500 when I farmed, and so that's what I ran on the last Westby series.
You gotta be crazy, buddy. That's everything. Oh, my grandpa has a 95. That thing was beautiful.
It was a great combine. It just worked. We never had hardly any issues with it. So,
That's
Ryan, I'm not currently playing with anyone, but I do have MB Farms and Tired Iron Modding in the chat with me tonight to answer any questions about the map and just generally hang out here. And so they are the gentlemen who have been working so hard on this Westby 4X map. And yeah, the sounds on the combine sound really good too. You've got the mechanical noises and the header reel noises and stuff.
22 was really good on sound. Like,
Yep.
And you just had to implement them into the combine. And if he's watching, I'd like to really shout out Matthew Habermuth. I'm sorry if I butchered your last name, but he made those engine sounds, and he made every single one for each combine, and he just knocked it out of the ballpark. It's a great system.
That's awesome. Ryan, this is a 4X map. So I'll put you guys maybe not quite on the spot as a software developer. I know it's always hard to have, you know, release dates and things are done when they're done, but just I'll ask more generically, you know, do you guys have a release timeline in mind? Do you think it's weeks away, months away?
Definitely closer to weeks.
Okay.
I'd say less than 2.
Okay.
We are super close, and we just have to finalize and basically just run everything through the tester one more time.
Yep.
And make sure everything is solid and works.
Well, let me know when you're ready to put it through its paces on multiplayer. I know we've got a handful of pretty hardcore players in the community that are channel members, and we run dedicated servers for the channel members here, and this is definitely going to end up on one of those servers once it's ready to go.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm 20% full here. I'm kind of curious to see what this is going to look like as we get fuller here. Got the wire mesh grain basket. I haven't seen one of these in a long time.
Yeah, kind of an older system. They pretty much outdated them as soon as the maximizers rolled around in '89, I believe. But up until then, that was kind of the common practice.
I don't know if I have a good baling mod on the save yet either. I might have put something on there. I know Rooster had some baling stuff, I think. Who else was I downloading mods from? It was like I went to itch.io and then I got into that trap of other Farm Sim 22 mods and just kept clicking through people's pages. And so I know I downloaded most of the stuff you'd put up, Tired Iron. I downloaded most of Rooster's stuff. Gosh, I feel like there's a couple other names in there.
46 mods.
46 mods, that's who it was. I think I grabbed some of his stuff. I think did he release a rake recently, maybe?
Yes, the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
258, 260 attachment stuff. Can't think of the name of it right now.
I'm gonna alt
The rake hitch and all that.
Oh, the hitches. Yes, that's the word.
there. I'm gonna give you guys a 5% boost there now that I've got machinery noise in the background competing with you. Ryan Long, good to see you. I do have a voice chat going tonight with the map creators, MB Farms, and Tired Iron Modding, so make sure to check out their links in the description of the video. And actually, Derry, if you're around, if you wouldn't mind tossing their social media and itch.io links in the chat at some point here, that'd be great. Maybe even pinning them to the chat. Yeah, JR is going to want some machines with ponies to get through these hills.
You're gonna need them.
Yeah, I can imagine quite a few people that'll just be plowing these contours together and farming them as bigger fields, but I definitely am enjoying kind of the older equipment here.
And you can. Well, you can do whatever you want to that.
Sure.
I personally would keep it as contours because then you can always have that. You can have different crops in the same area, and if you have animals, then you can have a strip of grass, a strip of corn, and then whatever you want after that. But usually they alternate it, and then you can just have all the crops that you need to feed them right there instead of having to take up more field space.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the things that I'm kind of liking right now is, you know, as I think about it, is the ability to put, you know, 2, 3, 4 different things in, you know, the fields here and have a little bit of variety, because at least as a content creator, like there's only so much of harvesting the same thing over and over and over you can do, where if you're planting different crops, you know, it's also going to break up your planting cycles. You know, you're planting different things throughout the year. You can double crop like soybeans and wheat and stuff. Trying to catch up on chat. I know I've been not paying quite as much of attention. Plowing the contours over on this map should be a capital offense.
I kind of agree with that, really. That's my opinion.
Oh, Derry does not have the permission to pin messages. Let me alt-tab here and see if I can do it for him. Right, pin message. There we go. We have a pinned message with all the social media links for Tired Iron and MB Farms. All right, so let's see. I don't think this is a great option for horseplay. The regular worker's gonna struggle on the curve here. I was gonna, well, I'm only 40%. I can do one more full round and I'll be at about 80%, and then we'll go get that grain cart. Dan, that's a great question. What's grass growth like? Is it 3 full cuts in a year?
It's typical to whatever Giants had. We never changed it.
Okay.
So it should be the same.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure what the base is like. That's one of the other reasons why I was looking forward to actually taking this as an opportunity to play with animals. Is I haven't actually done much with animals here since we got onto 22. I just haven't had the chance, so this will be fun to see how some of that stuff works. Now, I know you've added some new things. Do all of the animals have new feed mechanics here, or all of the cows, since, you know, everything is cows or cattle?
Everything is basically the same. Dairy cattle is just the regular ration. And then for the beef cattle, you can still feed them regular ration through the creek feeders, and there's also a bale ring. So you can put hay bales in the bale ring and it'll accept it. And then you can put silage in the creek feeder and it'll make its own ration
Okay.
for the cows. But other than that, it's basically standard.
And that Gale grinder that you downloaded, that is meant to transform cereal crops like wheat, barley, oats, I think soybeans, and maybe corn, and turn that into TMR so you can feed your pasture cows. That's a good way of keeping them healthy.
Gotcha. What does this map's season geo look like? Great question. We were just talking about that. If I can find it. So we extended, excuse me. Get a tickle in my throat as soon as I start talking. You guys extended the wheat and barley to be a month earlier here, and
Well, let me explain that quick.
Yep.
I changed it to harvest a month earlier, but that it'll still be in the green stage at that point. I allowed for harvest earlier as a way to incorporate green mowing without actually having green mowing. Because as I'm sure a lot of you know, you can take a mower and mow like wheat or oats or whatever and get straw. So what I did is made a harvest window earlier so you can mow it at the last green stage and mow it with a mower and convert it to grass instead of straw. So you can mow that for additional hay, silage, whatever you would want.
so does that require any specific mods then, or any mower will
Nope.
work for that?
Nope, any mower, base game mower.
Perfect.
And you can technically harvest the grain with the combine at that stage. I would hope you don't do it because you're going to be cutting green wheat and getting grain. But that was a way for me to allow green mowing without the script.
Got it. And then you also extended both corn and soybeans got extended out quite a
Yes.
ways.
You can harvest soybeans through the end of January and corn through the end of February.
And that's actually, it's funny, somebody in the comments of one of my videos said something about, well, you'd never, harvest, that you'd be harvesting in the snow. And I'm like, yeah, you would. Like, I've definitely done that before where,
Yes.
Things got so wet and you couldn't get into the fields. And so you just waited until the ground froze to go back out there.
Yeah, that's what happened to us this year. We had about 250 acres of soybeans that we couldn't get to. And we actually just finished harvesting them here at the end of January.
Crazy.
And we ended up getting about 8 inches of snow and couldn't get to the last 35 acres.
I won't lie, I'm probably going to go in here and bump the speed up on this to 5 miles an hour just to make my life a little bit easier once we get to the next episode.
That's fine by me. You do whatever you want. I just made it realistic.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. I've got my grain coming up into the mesh part here. I do like the fill plane on this. It looks good. It looks good.
I tried to make it look like it was going to heat like how a normal combine would. And fill volumes are so picky when you're trying to make them. Sometimes they'll work, sometimes they'll never work. I guess I just got lucky that time.
Are there any normal productions on this map from FS22?
No.
Nope.
The only similar thing we have in production is basically the stave silos from grass to silage. Otherwise, no production chains are around the map. Just
But
two grain
obviously
elevators.
people could place those on their own because they're just placeables now. So
Yes, if you really wanted to, you definitely could.
Derek, did this include the cab corn option? I don't know that you could get cab corn in this one. Like, it'd be more like, on the engine cover there.
Oh, it would definitely be engine bay corn. And in the real version, it's kind of a gap in between the cab and the back where the grain tank is. So you definitely get that stuff.
Is there a town on the map? No, there is not. The town is a little bit east of where the map is.
All right, that's going to drive me nuts. We're going back for it. Like little 3 feet. I mean, I've got to come all the way back here for the other part too, but this
Yeah,
little
I do the same thing.
3-foot section is getting done now. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, and you did include kind of a big forest area in the northwest, which really gives you something to look at when you're looking. Like, you've got a few good tree areas, I'll say, and that was one of the things I noticed when I went out and visited some farms in Wisconsin, is just how many, chunks of trees there are in different areas. So I really feel like you guys did a great job of kind of capturing the feel of, Wisconsin countryside here.
Yeah, we did our best to do that. Those trees, that was a lot of clicking.
I can imagine.
I found out later on there's a much easier way to do it, but by then I already had the trees done. So.
It's always too late at that point. Joseph, welcome to the stream. Good to see you, man. itch.io links are broken on YouTube. Use the Facebook links to get to the modders' respective itch.io pages, which contain the links. Superfly, yes, there is there's 2 sell points on the map, if I'm not mistaken, and then just one like bulk buy area, co-op bulk buy area.
Yeah, there's a co-op where you can buy your seed, fertilizer, liquid fertilizer, and lime as a bulk option. And then there's also a feed store that is right next to the dealership.
Gotcha. So in the northwest is where one of the sell points in the co-op is up here on the map.
Yep, right there, and then the other one is down on the south corner by the large dairy, about field 63 to the right of that.
63. Oh yeah, right here's the other sell point and the bale sell point.
Yeah.
Oh. That's what happens when I look at the map. We end up running off the middle of nowhere.
And then at the feed store, you can sell your milk, and if you happen to do any production, like greenhouses or whatever, you could sell your tomatoes, lettuce, whatever, there as well. And then there will be corn dryers scattered around the map. They're just replaceable. You can load them with an auger and unload them like you would have been.
Okay.
And they will take 5% of your corn, but you also get paid a premium at the grain supplements.
Okay.
So it ends up paying you more than if you were just to sell your corn straight up.
Gotcha.
And then also at the feed store, there is a hammer mill where you can take corn and convert it into mineral feed.
I just got to stop for a moment and say how awesome this Sidehill is working. You know, you can see here looking at it, you know, just how tipped the header is, and how, you know, the combine is sitting up flat and, you know, the wheels are all tipped and stuff. This thing is just awesome on this map. Absolutely love it.
I'd say it's just about perfect, really.
Yeah. It's a good size. It looks good. It works good.
Yep, I'm actually in the midst of converting that system onto a 9500 because they did make the Sidehill variant into 95.
Yo.
The 9000 series maximizers, and once I get that done, I hope to release it too.
All right, we're gonna jump out and go grab that grain cart here and see how that works. Wade Mitch, welcome to the stream. Good to see ya.
Wait. Oh, wait.
Run on down here. I left it right up here in the farmyard, I think. Now I'm gonna have to pick up some augers and stuff too, I think, to get this stuff into the bins at some point.
Yep.
I'm gonna need to find me a good older truck for this series, I think. Griffin, welcome to the stream. Good to see ya. Grant, this is not going to end up on console, I'm pretty sure, since it's both 4X, although I heard Giants might allow 4X on console at some point, but I think there's a fair amount of scripting, at least at the moment, for a few features.
Yes, and it's very difficult. Every last thing would have to be fixed, and then Giants would also end up finding other things, and it ends up being very complicated.
It's a lot of back and forth, so.
Oh, yeah.
Well, my guy's head didn't smack into the glass when I shifted to 8th. I'm disappointed.
I'll add that feature, don't worry. I think that's possible. Yeah.
that would actually be hilarious to just have him jerk back every time.
I think it is actually possible if I'm thinking right. No, maybe I'll send you a funny version of it so then you can get the real number.
Let's see here if I can actually back up without completely jackknifing this cart. Oh, we're in 8th gear. I'm like, why are my wheels spinning out? Oh, I'm not. Combine's not running. Thanks, FS22. Gotta have machines on. The only thing so I love that actually for combines and stuff, but what I don't like is when I'm trying to unload like a gravity wagon or a semi-trailer and I have to have the truck on. I'm like, no.
Don't understand that. Oh well.
And like if you're to tab away and it'll shut off even if you have automatic engine start off.
Yeah, if you get so far away from it.
You come back and your wagon's only half empty. Had an oof sound when you hit the glass.
Oh, appreciate the super chat there, Wade. Appreciate you, sir.
It wouldn't be, well, actually, I don't, it'd be hard to script the goof sound, but boy, I'd love to do that.
Yeah, that would be funny. Just the dull thud of your head hitting the back window. Oh, I like it. We've got our grain in the gravity wagon. It's all going good now. Does anyone know if the Logitech wheel and button box work with FS22 yet? I actually don't know. I gave mine away to somebody in the community. Somebody was looking for one, and I hadn't used it in a long time, so I gave it to them.
Oh, like the old Sidetech one?
Yeah, I had the whole, you know, heavy-duty wheel kit, whatever they called it, with the side panel and everything,
Oh,
but
yeah.
since
Yep,
I got
I'm
the
using my
Stream
side
Deck, I haven't used it.
Yep, I'm using my side panel right now. I've got one of the original ones from Sidetech.
Yep. When does the pull-type chopper show up? Yeah, I'm gonna be calling in a modern chopping crew to do my silage for me. They're gonna show up with some really nice, fancy self-propelled choppers and go to town, I think.
The only way I'll use a pull type is on grass. I cannot do 3 rows of corn at a time.
Yeah, I could be convinced to maybe pick up, you know, grass or something, but they said they could be done in testing in around 2 weeks. Yes, that is the high level sort of kind of estimate. Not holding anybody to it, but that's what we've heard. We've got just this we're on our last round here. I'm really excited because I haven't been paying attention at all to how many liters we just put in there. I think this thing probably holds about 9,000 liters.
I think just about that, yeah.
I really miss the unit convert mod.
I know.
I'm just not used to thinking about stuff in liters since I've moved back to 22. It's been so long that I've had to do the metric stuff. Yeah, Toby, that's a good point.
Yes.
I need to get my sim dashboard stuff set back up now for 22. I was waiting for FSG to release all his dashboard updates, and he did, because there's a whole bunch of new features now.
New one's out. I haven't been paying attention.
Yeah, I think he released a couple of updates, and there's a lot of additional telemetrics now that you can report on in sim dashboard, which is cool.
I'm gonna have to go look for those because I really enjoyed using that 19.
Yeah, it was a real game changer in general, and you know, it more so because somebody put the effort into making a really good dashboard. Because I know myself, I'm just too lazy to go figure all that stuff out from scratch and set it up myself. So
I always said I was gonna try to make one, and I just never did.
I am more than happy to let FSG tackle that one for me, and
He does a good job.
Give him a shout out every chance I get when I think of it, because that stuff's awesome. Yeah, a couple of comments here. This is still a preview version of the map. Doing some testing here. This is the kickoff to what'll be a new Let's Play series on the channel here. So we'll do a official video here in the next day or two and kind of talk more about the farm and my thoughts on that. Today we're just kind of winging it. We picked the farm earlier. Wade, this is the farm on the Middle East side, I believe is how I would describe it. Not quite the one all the way to the northeast. Oh my goodness, I haven't saved in a while. So this farm here, there's one more a little bit further north, so. Whoa, 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 whoa. Running over the corn. This is what happens when you tab out to look at things.
Pretty easy to do that on contours.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, we're just about finished here. I'm going to need to get a rake or something, though, for some of this straw, because it's kind of scraggly where I've only been taking half rows.
Yeah. Just about to set up my sim dashboard. It turns out the tablet's dead, so
Yeah, that's always my struggle is my wife likes to use the tablet to watch her shows and stuff when she's doing different things, so I never remember to grab it and bring it down when I'm going to stream. And then the few times that I do, it's like, oh, it's on 2% battery. Not enough USB cables or ports on my computer to handle it at the point between the lights and the cameras and all the accessories. It's just...
I've got a couple splitters on mine that thankfully my keyboard has one, so I can plug that into the tablet.
Yo. Ooh, Toby, there's a international straight truck that just got released. That would be a good fit for me. The grain carts are going to be nice getting started, but eventually I think we're going to want a grain truck of some kind. Perfect. Oh, so much fun to get back into harvest. I'm loving this Sidehill. This is awesome.
They're really something else, though. And that's just what really captured it.
Like it's one of those. It's the small details, right, that add to the experience for something like this for me.
Exactly.
Oh, I left the 4240 running. Gas ain't cheap in 22 either. It like runs through a tank pretty quick now.
Yeah, and especially like with this 9650. Oh, speaking of fuel, I gotta go get it. Thanks for saying something. Don't know how much I have, but I don't know if I'm gonna make it to the fill point.
Oh, I was about ready to run this back up to the farm, but I've got a whole nother contour here to go. So I'm out of sheer curiosity, I'm going to try course play here and see what happens, just because I want to see. I can't imagine that it's going to work on this tiny little contour.
I'd say save your game just in case something weird happens.
That's probably a good idea.
Because I'd imagine it would work on the fields that are just one piece, but when when the contours are split up, I don't know how it's going to recognize that.
Course play, field work. Field position, this contour. Oh, what is that telling me? Let me try again. This one. And generate a course. Generate. Yeah, I just updated course play. Oh, I've lost my mouse now.
Oh. Speaking of fuel, I made it halfway to the fuel point and I ran out.
Well, there you have it, folks. I don't think course play's quite up to handling contours yet. Although
That's one thing. I have not used course play since probably FS15. I think was the last time I used it.
Yeah, the new version for 22 has been interesting. It works a ton better than it did in 19 from a speed, like how fast it generates courses and stuff. But the UI nice. Is a little bit clunky.
Yeah, I remember 19 and 17. Oh gosh, you'd be waiting a few minutes if you had a big field.
Yeah, Wade, that's a fair point. Just keep going around. That way, if I ever need to unload, I can just grab the gravity carts.
Oh.
Yeah, once I get the steering wheel hooked up here, this is going to be so much smoother. Noah, this is not yet released. It's a couple of weeks out here. The Sidehill Combine is public, though. That was just released yesterday, I believe. Get this gravity wagon filled up and go figure out where I can get an auger. I think I installed a couple outside of the base game too. Somebody had a Westfield available on my itch.io journey here. I'm horrible with paying attention to where I get mods, and then everybody asks, and I'm like, I'll ping me on Discord after the stream. Fanatic Farmer. I used to run a public farm sim server, and it didn't get a ton of use most of the time, so it went back down and got converted over into a members server. The members are really active on the multiplayer servers here, so you know, I'm looking at standing up a couple more of them. This map is definitely going to be one of those once it gets released here, so I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, Dan, I could probably record course boundaries manually for course play. I know that they just added that feature here to course play in the last few versions.
Yeah, if you did it manually, you might be able to just do one contour and then drive around the outside to the next one. And keep it all as one.
Yeah. Yeah, I might have to play with that offline at some point. Trying to figure out how things like that work in stream are usually a bit of a circus. FSG and I have kind of a running gag where we'll dare each other in our streams to try something out that we haven't prepared for, and it's never gone well. It's like, what could go wrong? Everything. Yes, Scooter's Workbench is where I got the Westfield auger for 22. Mr. Clock, thanks for coming by. Have a good one, sir. Yeah, Kentucky, that's the way it kind of goes, is when people are playing, it can be fun, but as interest dies off, it's kind of hard, especially on some of those maps with big shared farms. I think what I will be doing, though, for multiplayer is we're going to run that big dairy operation, so maybe we'll set up a public server for that, for a live stream, if I can ever get a longer time window and do some live streaming on the weekend for more than a couple hours. Maybe we'll do a community live stream on that and max out the server count, the player count on the server. Fanatic Farmer, I'm usually more of a newer John Deere equipment kind of a guy, but this map just felt appropriate to try out some old equipment, especially because we have this awesome Sidehill stuff for all the hills on this map. Go back in CAD for this. CNG modding and mapping, good to see ya. Trying not to cough on you guys.
Yes, the bins, you have to open the lids. They are the placeable pack that was released. I don't remember.
Squash button.
Yes.
I don't know if he did the original or not.
I believe, yes. You do have to walk up to the ladder and open the lid.
Yeah, let's, I'll jump over there real quick, because I saw that. I didn't include that in my thing. Why am I, oh, I'm not on the map. I'm like, why can't I jump to somewhere? Visit. I thought that was really cool, though, because I walked up to the bin and accidentally clicked on it, and I heard the noise, and it took me a minute to figure out what was going on. So I think if you walk up right here, yep, and click it to open gate, let me see, J, it moves the lid off to the side here so that you can put your grain in, and if you don't do that, the auger's obviously not going to unload into the silo, so I thought that was a really cool little feature. It's even animated, so it slides up here, so that looks pretty cool. Mr. DuBois, welcome to the stream. It's going good. Map's looking great. And I think that mod you just sent me is going to make a show here on this soon. So we'll probably get that into the next episode as I buy the rest of the equipment for this farm. I've lost my combine. This is what happens when I go to show off a feature. We lose our equipment in the middle of the field. Oops. There we go. So yeah, it continues to be just the little details. Now, do those bins also have the script that forces only one crop at a time?
No, you can load. I believe you can load multiple crops in the bin. I believe so.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that either.
Because actually, now that you say that, I loaded beans into both of my bin, and I could not get the auger to load more. So I'm gonna have to look into that to get an answer.
I know some of the bins that were, yeah, the bins can only do one at a time, Wade is saying.
Okay, so that's why I'm having issues. Okay.
Which is cool. Like, personally, I like that. Like,
Yes.
It's funny, people are like, you know, complain sometimes when the bins don't have that feature, but with the way the bins work now in 22, they're each their own inventory anyway, so it's like, well, if you only want one crop type, just don't put two in there.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to put down some more bins then, because I only have two.
Right, which that was the thing I was thinking about looking at the farmyard, is just like, well, if I grow, you know, more than just corn and beans, I'm gonna need another bin or two here somewhere probably.
And honestly, it might be a good idea to buy one of those external sites too. We got a couple more.
That's true, yeah, you do have a few of those around the map. That'll be a great way to get a couple extra bins. Ian, welcome to the stream. Good day from Australia. Garfunkel, we don't yet have cows, but we're going to. Well, this is, we just got started here. We did a lot of looking at the map in the first half of the stream here, so we decided to dive straight into some harvest and get that going. And then once we've got some of that, the crops off the field here, I'm going to look into getting some animals. I just didn't want to buy a bunch of animals and not have anything to feed them, so we're going to have to find some grass to mow here probably in our first episode of the Let's Play, which I'll be putting out recorded videos on this map moving forward. We'll probably figure out how to get some cows on this farm. This is quite a bit of land that you start off with on this farm. Like, these contours are a good chunk of field. You know, it looks small on the mini map because, you know, you're just looking at it, but I mean, this is a 4x map.
Yeah, I tried to divide the farmlands based on a good line. So you might buy a large section of land, or you might get a small one, depending on how all the fields fit together.
Yep. No, it's good. And I like that. I know I've played different maps in the past, you know, and I like that that not all the fields are like tied to the farm. Like, you've got a lot of farms on this map, but there's still a lot of land available without having to buy like another farmyard. So that's really cool. Derek, it's got options for both beef cattle as well as dairy. So I think most of the farms are set up with dairy, and then there's a ton of pasture land available in addition to that.
Yeah, some of the farms have a pasture for beef and the regular dairy barn, and then there's just random beef pastures around the map that are not linked to a farm.
All right, there's another 40% here. I'm gonna park this and we're gonna go get that gravity wagon. I think we're almost full, so I want to go grab an auger and play with one of these bins here, I think. Maybe I'll at least turn off the header. Luke Boy 32, in the next couple of weeks is the target. Give or take. If there's issues found, it could take longer, but that's what it sounds like they're shooting for.
And just so everyone knows, there will be the zip for the map, which is currently under 1 gigabyte for a 4x map, which is surprisingly good.
Yes.
And then there will be a separate zip folder linked probably on MediaFire that will have the building for the farms, the bins, the mixer, everything you'll need to run the map.
Kind of like how Din is back at night.
Yeah, basically like that. No, all the required buildings and mods will be in a separate zip folder that you can download and put in your folder.
Sorry, I was alt-tabbing to deal with a unwanted comment. I'm going to pull this guy up because we kind of crashed the whole tractor and everything into him. There we go. And I'm going to remember how to shift gears here. There we go. I think that's the part that I have the most trouble with, is remembering to reverse gears. Oh, I love it. I've got a full grain cart on the hill and I'm slipping as I try to back up. Perfect.
Just like how it should be.
Yep. Loving it.
Also,
Downhill is easy.
A cool feature about those 40 and 30 series, kind of a last minute change, is I messed with the differential part of the XML, and if you want to test it, you can, but it's a true two-wheel drive, so the only drive wheels are the back ones, so if you throw it up against the wall, the front wheels will not spin.
Awesome. I hit the crash counter button. I just didn't acknowledge it because somebody was talking. I didn't want to be rude. I was just sneaking it in there. All right, let's see what kind of augers I've got here. I think we've got the Westfield. Yeah, here we go. I wanted like something that's quote unquote slightly older here. So, although this one's huge, I don't feel like I need one quite this long, but it's probably not as long as this one.
It actually, Westfield fits the bins pretty well.
They just about right, really.
And I like the Westfield because you have to hook a tractor to it to actually function and stuff like that, so it feels like a real auger.
I've got something going on where I can't get into vehicles, but I think it's one of the mods on my end.
Yeah, if you're in flight mode, I know that conflicts it.
Yeah, I turned it on. Well, I get out of flying mode, but that's not quite the same as getting rid of flight mode. So let me just turn that off because I'm pretty sure that's causing my issues. American Farmers Gaming, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Scooters, yeah. Yeah, I like the bunker setup on this map, although I won't lie, I'm a lazy guy. I'm probably going to start out using the staves. Nick Stegman, good to see you, man. There we go. I love how it shifts in and out a little bit here. Let me go this way. There we go. This is my buy sell point is in just a slightly awkward spot for picking this thing up. Here we go. Yeah, I love the gear setup on this too. It has a very realistic feeling spread here on how fast you're going in which gears. Like it really jumped up, I remember, in real life as you got into the higher gears.
Yep. I don't know if you've ever heard of tractor data before, but they lay out all the gears and how fast they go in kilometers or miles an hour, and it just helps so much.
All right, so can I raise this up a little bit? I could have probably put this on the other side, but I feel like I've got more room to load on this backside. Of course, I'm going to need another tractor here at some point, too. All right, let's see how this works. We got to come over here and open this up. First things first. And boom, just like that. Look at that. That's perfect. So there's a way to put the hopper on this Westfield too, if I'm not mistaken.
When you hook it up to the PTO.
Okay. It'll
put
just
it on.
pop on. That's awesome.
Yep.
See if I can actually line this up somewhat better. I'm like way zoomed out. I don't know why. Probably from loading up the thing. All right, let's see. Looks about right. A little bit too far away still, according to manual attach.
Yeah, there's an orange cube there. You should be able to, it's a very small orange cube that tells you about where you need to
Oh, I
be.
see it. Oh, that's...
Hopefully manual attach doesn't conflict with that.
Yeah, it's caused problems with a few mods that I've tried. But nope, that's working. We shifted a little bit, but
Yeah, now if
I
you
gotta
gotta
hook
pull
the-
the tractor forward or backward, you should be able to get it lined back up. Oh, it hooked to the hitch instead of the PTO.
yeah, that's the problem with manual attach sometimes. There we go.
There, that
That
should
should
work.
work. But now I need another tractor. Let's see here. I think against better judgment, we'll go for a couple of different colors on the same farm here.
Oh no, what's that red color I see?
I think I only have green tractors on my farm.
I thought about that, but I was like, well, I'm gonna run the case planters, so we'll go ahead and get this as well. I really wanted to get one with GPS, but I can't afford to pay $15K to have the GPS on and $15K for GPS.
I think it'd probably be a good idea to tone that price down a little bit.
Yeah.
Remember I did at 19.
Yeah. This thing has an option for, there's my Demco mounts. Eventually I'm going to want this, so I'm just trying to set it up the way I want it.
Well, I just hit 5,000 likes on my page, so thanks to everybody
Awesome.
who's new there.
Stranded Canson, welcome to the stream. Good to see you, man. I'm really hoping that this auger works out fine because I love doing manual attach when I'm doing older equipment and stuff like this, especially.
Yeah.
It's like one of those mods that when it works, I like it. When it doesn't work, it's my worst enemy, and I always forget that it's the cause of certain kinds of issues.
Yep.
You know, I'm trying a new mod for somebody, and I'm like, it just won't turn on. I don't know what's wrong with it. And then it's like, oh, because I didn't hook the hoses up because I'm using stupid manual attach again.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, when it works, it's just a beautiful thing, but it's hard trying to make it work forever.
Yup. Of course, I put duals on a tractor that I'm going to try and pull out a gravity wagon with, so that was real smart.
Perfect. You'd say.
We did not do a great job of pulling up next to the auger either. You know what? We're not going to fight this. We're going around the block.
What road do I need to be on?
I do like that the fill plane on this gravity wagon is heaped up over. You know, and I'm only at 79%. I like how it looks.
Yeah, I really decided when I made this wagon that there's not really anything out there that keeps, and if you can't tell, it's kind of a theme. Things that I do, and it's just how it is.
Yep.
So why not add it? That's how I see it.
Hey, Tristan's Farm, welcome to the stream, sir. Yeah, somebody was asking about how I'm spawning the tractors in my farm. Oh, Derek got you, but yeah, the store deliveries mod, which is on the in-game mod hub, so. One of my favorite mods, especially as a content creator.
Yes.
And it charges you a delivery fee by default, so. Oh, I'm not actually unloading with this auger. Probably because this tractor got turned off.
Did you put the pipe out on it too?
I probably did not. Oh, there we go. Pipe out, and we're off to the races. It always catches me because it has its own capacity, and I'm like,
Yeah,
why
you
is
think
it
you're
filling
unloading.
up? Hey, Kyle, appreciate the channel member. The Westfield auger, we just agreed who did this one a minute ago. Was that Scooter that did the Westfield auger?
Yes.
Yeah, check out Scooter's workbench on itch.io there, Godly. I don't have the link handy, but that's who put the Westfield together. Yeah, Kyle, I'm with you. I can't wait to for the map to come out either, and I'm playing on it, so I'm really looking forward to this being a multiplayer map for us. I think this is going to be perfect for having a ton of players on it because it's just so well set up for multiplayer. There's been a lot of maps that have come out for FS22 in the last several weeks, but this has definitely been, I think, the best laid out for a lot of players to get onto a map and play either together or on their own. So I think the farms are spread out just enough that you don't feel like you're sitting on top of each other.
One of the biggest things we try to do with the map is make it to where every place and every farm on the map isn't like desolate, or it's just populated with something, either it be trees, fields, or just it doesn't look incomplete is what I'm trying to say, and I think we just about nailed it.
Well, yeah, and that was, I mean, even some of your the farms that are, I forget the word I'm looking for now, but not actually playable farms. They're just there as eye candy to kind of add to the atmosphere as you're driving down the road. They look so good, it's like it practically could have been a playable farm.
Exactly.
And that's I love having the extra houses and stuff on the side of the road. The map feels like you're driving through the countryside. It doesn't feel like some maps or whatever you get. It's just like the player farm and a bunch of fields. I like having that atmosphere around you. Yeah, that's a great point, Sam. I should have got one of the smaller. I think we've got an Open Station 4020 series, or maybe it's a 4040 series. We might swap that out for the auger tractor at some point here. I'm trying not to spend all the money here in the live stream. I've got to figure out what equipment I need to run animals when I get to record in the first episode here tomorrow. Yeah, Jeff, if you want to become a channel member, that's done through hitting the join button on YouTube. And the benefits there are we have a members only section of the Discord server. So we've got a Discord server for people that don't know, completely public to anybody that wants to join. We've got, I think it's over 2,600 people on Discord now. And then if you become a member, there's a members only section of the Discord server where we kind of chat and hang out. And then I run, currently there's 2 multiplayer servers, and then I'm going to stand up 2 more here as some good maps have started coming out now. So we'll be running about 4 multiplayer servers that are available to channel members as well. There's a C70 Chevy now. And the GMC Brigadier. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier in the stream. It's funny, I haven't been checking out Old School Farming's Facebook page in 22 because there hadn't been a ton of releases yet. But I know I used a ton of mods that they released over there back for FS19. We are making great progress, though, on this harvest. So this header on the Sidehill Combine is the one that specifically came with it, but I also downloaded your other John Deere Combine pack here. Do those headers work with the Sidehill Combine, or am I kind of locked into just this header with this Combine?
They'll work, but they won't work as well.
Okay.
The Sidehill ones are designed to have the imaginary floating wheels that help it ride along with the side. But nonetheless, you could put a bigger header on it if you wish, but it's just not going to look as good.
Gotcha.
But yes, they are interchangeable, and I think the corn heads might be a little whacked, but they should be fine.
Yeah, that'll be coming here in a couple of episodes on the series. We'll definitely be needing to take all this corn out too, so that will be fun. Genesis, I am going to do a series on this map, so with most of my series nowadays, I feel like I usually start them off with a live stream. And so I thought this was a great way to kind of kick things off and let the community pick which map I'm going to play on, or which farm I'm going to play on. So we voted for that earlier in the stream. It was fairly definitive. There was no question as to which farm we were going to run after the votes came in. So, which is cool because this is one of the new areas of the map, so to speak. Given that I played this in 19 on the standard size version of the map, it'll be fun to check out some of the new areas.
Yeah, it's a world of difference from that 19 version.
SK is going to be sending out his PayPal link here in a second. $50,000 to get mod status. I'm still waiting on your check then, SK. No, we're in seriousness. No, but we're not actually looking for any new moderators at this point in time. But when I do add moderators and staff people on the Discord server, that's generally just done by me pinging people that are really active on the server and that have just been helpful in general. So. Oh, goodness. And that's, I just see Argsy in the chat here, and my general live stream plug for Mr. Argsy is, if those that don't know, he's been doing two really cool things. He's got an awesome website that's tracking all of the map releases for Farm Sim 22. And he's doing it with kind of a world map and the geography and area of the map, and whether it's based on a real life area / farm or a made up area. And so that I have found to be extremely helpful to just keep an eye on upcoming releases. And as somebody, you know, my channel especially, I like to play a lot of American style, North American style, specifically farms and stuff. It's really cool to be able to go to one spot and see all the maps that have come out. And then also, he's been collaborating with a few other members of the community to stand up a new Discord server that is tracking all of the mod releases in general across Farm Sim, which has been really handy as a content creator to find things and keep track of a lot of the mods that are coming out. But also just as a player, it's nice to be able to go somewhere and see mods that are being posted most of the time, I think, by the modders themselves right in the Discord channel. So that's definitely something worth checking out. Is there a link in Discord to Argsy's map track project? You know, I don't know if there is. Godly, there might be. We need to get that put onto our Discord server as well. Just a link to both of those so that individuals can get there easily. Phantom Westby is looking pretty nice. I agree. I'm really enjoying this so far. There's just something about rolling hills and terrain like this that I just absolutely love. Whoa. Reading and driving, not so much my strong suit, though. Driving over all the crops. Tristan's Westby so far, it looks amazing. It's been awesome to play on here this evening. We've probably put a good hour into combining some of these strips. It's been really cool. We've got some different equipment that we've tried out here, a bunch of mods that are well, new to me, new to Farm Sim, stuff that's come out in the last couple of days. So it's funny, as I was kind of holding off on starting a new series, just waiting for, you know, mods and maps and stuff came out. I know, you know, MB Farms, you sent me this map, you know, I don't even know, probably a week ago now to start testing on. And I had every intention of diving right into it, but I'm kind of glad I got hung up and waited for a week, because I've got some awesome mods now to do on this map, which are just perfect for it. I don't know why I put my auger out. We got enough to take a whole nother round. Genesis, that Magnum over there. Oh gosh, the Magnum I think was released by Dennis Farms, is where I got that particular mod. I know there's been a couple of releases of that or similar versions of that tractor. Yeah, it's been amazing to see how many mods are coming out on the in-game mod hub right now. Like, just the sheer volume of them. I know a lot of them are just quick conversions from FS19 because at least for mods, a lot of those are easy to do. But seeing the backlog with Giants has been just crazy.
Yeah, they've got quite the line of work set up for them.
I'm kind of curious how many testers they have specifically for testing the mods. I know they have somewhere like, I think 80 or 90 employees total. But I'm curious how many of those are working on the testing team, because I can just imagine that's like, 4 guys chained to a desk and they're just testing mods 24 hours a day right now. So
Probably, unless it's the holiday, then they're out for a while, but that's all right.
Yo. Test weight of 165 days, yeah. Well, it's a typo, but it's also not that far from the truth. Yeah,
And,
Jeff, for multiplayer, it's depends on how they host. If they're hosting just in their game, then yeah, they have to send your mods and stuff. If it's a dedicated server, depending on how they set up the server, you can just download all of the mods from the server directly.
And another cool feature that, I mean, it's not really a feature, but Kyle Tired Iron went through and made road signs that are map specific. So each intersection has a road sign that matches up with the real life intersection.
Oh, really?
So you'll know exactly where you are if you look at like Google Earth or something.
Let's jump out here real quick and check that out. It's been a minute since I saved anyway. Yes, this is a 6600. It's specifically a Sidehill 6600 John Deere, so we've been enjoying the Sidehill feature. I can remember what my power tools mode is here. So if I fly up here, this is a main road, so if I follow the main road down here, oh, yeah, we do. So we've got Cut Across Road and Highway 14 and 61 here. That's awesome. Nestingen.
There's some weird names on there. I don't know what they were thinking. They really weren't thinking, I think, half the time.
Ooh, Nuprund. Awesome. I'm glad I don't live here. I have a heck of a time trying to pronounce some of these.
Yeah, we got tired of Haybale Road and Barley Avenue, so we decided to put out real road signs.
No, that's awesome. We'll run down to the other corner and check a couple. Argzy, thanks for coming by. It was awesome to have you in chat, sir. Check out, I know there's another major intersection over here. Woo. There you go, Volden Road.
Good old Volden and Old Line Road.
Yep. Awesome. I'm digging it. Let's turn this thing back off so that in 5 minutes I'm not trying to figure out why I can't get in my vehicles. Gregory, this is an early access to a map that MB Farms and Tired Iron Modding are working on getting out here in a couple of weeks, so it's not yet available. Yeah, Derek, it's funny, all of where I was at, all the, was it east-west roads were letters and the north-south roads were numbers, so it was just County Road, 19 or County Road AA or...
Yeah, around here it's the opposite. East-west are numbered and north-south is just random name.
Yeah, we ain't got nothing like that down here in the south. It's pretty much just somebody's named road or a major highway, or it's nothing coordinated by any.
Where are you based, Tired Iron?
Kentucky, actually.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm from Minnesota originally, but currently living in Michigan. So.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, I was interested. It's funny. I'm as I've started, I guess, being more vocal about just where I'm at and talking to people and stuff. There's a huge amount of the modding community based in the Michigan area. Quite a few people.
Yeah, I was pretty amazed to find out you're not that far away from me.
Yeah, I keep saying. I was talking about this actually just before the whole COVID thing came about, but we should do a greater, Michigan and surrounding area, like, real life get together at some point for the community. And then, we've spent the last 2 years trying to avoid seeing people. So one of these days here, we'll have to try and do that.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Sam, Cutter, not to pop your bubble. Put more money in the gas tank of the combine than the grain in the tank. Yeah. We've definitely had years like that where it was like not sure it's even worth it to fuel the machinery and put the hours on it to go out there and bring the crop in sometimes.
Yeah.
Just this last section left. We're going way over on my normal time. I normally try to keep things to 2 hours here, but I can't stop without finishing this last little strip here. That's the other fun part about a map like this, is that I can do normal episodes and then every once in a while just jump on a live stream for a specific job without interrupting the flow of a video.
Yeah.
These smaller field sizes make, great timing. Like if I'd actually started with doing a job here, I would have got this done easily in a 2-hour live stream, which is awesome.
Can't put it down, man. I don't blame you.
Devon, UK, most roads don't have names. One postcode, zip code covers miles of farms and whole villages. Yeah, I can imagine. Wade, appreciate you swinging by the stream, sir. Have a good one. Riverland of South Australia. Nice. Yeah, that's always the fun part for me interacting with the community, is just to see how wide the community is. We've got so many members from around the world that
that's really cool.
Dial in for things, and it's just awesome to meet people around the world. I've learned so much about farming and agriculture in general in different, locations and stuff. It's been awesome. James, good to see you in the chat here. Have a good one. We missed one little bit back here we're going to go back for. Oh man, the waterway there is serious business. We're going to do some damage to this combine.
That's another thing too. Another kind of feature we've added is washouts. So there will be points in fields and stuff like that, in the low spots, that you will hit a ditch and you will know it. So you have to be careful of those and watch out, make sure you're not going too fast and all that.
Yeah.
Giants
no, that's cool.
Did a really good job this time in Giants that are adding the erosion tool.
What a beautiful tool that is.
It makes perfect washouts.
That's awesome.
There's a bunch of random fields that aren't even contour strips, or some of them are contour strips, and we would go into the map and we just kind of put the camera pretty much on the ground and then just look up and see where there's like a depression in the field, and we just take that erosion tool, kind of do a little squiggly line and bring it down to really kind of model out a washout. There are some really intense ones and there's some mild ones, so it really just depends on what we decided to do.
Yes, you technically could repair the washouts through the in-game smooth tool if you wish to, or I don't really know how the Terraform mod works, but I believe if you wanted to take the time to use equipment to do it, I would assume you could do that as well.
Oh, that'd be cool. Like just from a role play perspective.
Yeah, if you wanted to do that, you probably could.
So, but they won't, like, so if I'm running tillage over a washout, that's not going to plow that up. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Unfortunately, FarmSim's not set up quite that way.
Yeah. Which probably isn't actually a bad thing. You know, that way you can do what you want to do, but then you know, use the in-game tools to actually remove the washout if you want.
Right.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see if the Terraform stuff would work with that. I haven't had a chance to play much with the Terraform mod. It seems really cool.
Yeah, I tried it once when it first came out. I'm sure they've updated it plenty of times since then. I believe I don't know if the update is out for dozers yet, but I believe that was in the next update.
Yeah, I saw some screenshots of the dozers and stuff working, which would be cool.
Hey MB, I'm just looking back on your itch page right now, and 37 days ago, we barely even had the farms done in this map, so this thing is moving.
Yeah, we've moved along very well on this map.
That's just a way to put it in to perspective, how fast things move when you just day in, day out get it done.
And I mean, just to think we barely even started this map. It was in December, but we had barely had anything on it yet.
It was definitely late December. It wasn't really anything in December. I pretty much say
and
that.
It goes really well, honestly, with like me and him working on the map at the same time, because we can each focus on our own task and then combine versions later on, and we get twice the amount of work done.
Exactly.
Does that work well then, as far as combining stuff? I know in previous versions of Giants Editor that could be hit or miss. Have they made specific improvements to that, or just that's your
Honestly,
workflow?
Yes. We have not had an issue. The only issue we had is one of us would forget to copy something over, and then it would be gone. But that's our own fault. Like exporting buildings and stuff like that isn't a problem. We can combine, like, only one of us would work on foliage at a time, and then we'd send that foliage over to the next map. So it all worked out really well, and at the end, both working on it.
Yeah, basically how it worked was I'd be designing the farms, implementing buildings and all that, and I would not touch the foliage by any means. I would paint down everything texture-wise, but I would not touch foliage because I know that I was going to get a new version in a day or two. And then once he sends the foliage shader and all that files, then I would combine that over to mine and then go back and fix all the the farm layout, so then there's not grass and gravel and all that stuff. And it actually worked out really well, and then that kind of let us focus on what we want to do best and really get this map going.
Nah, it's cool. Legacy Egg in the chat. Good to see ya.
Hey,
Legacy.
For those just joining, we do have MB Farms and Tired Iron Modding in the chat with me tonight on voice. It was a little unscheduled. I have to put a new thumbnail out when I post this as a video, so people can be excited.
Kind of a last
Last minute,
decision
yeah.
there.
No, it's cool. I'm glad you guys were able to come and join and hang out tonight. It's been a lot of fun getting to, getting to talk to you guys, but also just, get the inside scoop on a lot of aspects of the map. There's a lot going on here, which has been really cool to see.
No problem. Thanks for having us for sure.
And yeah, all this stuff is just working out great. We've got, the augers, the gravity wagons, the tractors. I couldn't have asked for a better release time from you on all this equipment to go along with this awesome map you guys have been working on.
Yeah, it all worked out really well.
I think we've got everything in here. If I walk over here, I think I can see we got just shy of 15,000 liters in the bins here from oats alone on these two little strips. So that's really cool. And we've got even more corn ground here, which we're going to get quite a bit of corn. So I'm excited. I am going to have to toss down some more bins, though, at some point. I don't know how much these hold either.
I'm not sure.
Honestly, not too sure. I got a full one. I can run over there.
We've got
I did a
beans.
quick conversion for you, and that's about 425 bushels for us American folk.
Nice. Yeah, I can't. It does. It just says is empty. It doesn't give me a.
Yeah, it does not show up in the screen there for some reason.
Turn that off.
Why is
I
it
don't
not-
think it's possible in 22 to really see your whole total grain bin capacity. I haven't found it anywhere.
Yeah.
I know. You can walk up to, for some reason it's not showing up on my end.
Unless you go into the store and then you see it right there, but then you'd have to add up all of your bins.
Yeah, I know on the in-game ones, I was pretty sure it showed the capacity on this when you walked up to it, but I'm probably wrong. I guess I could just look. Where is that? That's on the purchase menu. I can just look at the. Oh no, I have to go into construction. Silos. I think that's these souk up bins. 422,000 liters. So we got plenty of space. Do I think Giants is going to add bushels in an update? I hope so, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
That would have been something I think they would have done when they released the game if they had. So. All right. Well, this has been an awesome stream, guys. Once again, I really thank you guys for coming out and talking to me tonight. I think we're going to wrap things up here, though, for the night.
No problem. Thanks for having us.
Any final words that you guys want to share with the viewers here?
I'm gonna say definitely look out. It'll be coming at you quick when this map is gonna come out, and it'll probably take a while for y'all to look through it. There's a lot to it, so just take your time.
Oh yeah, I can attest to that. There's a ton going on with this map, so.
And I'll be posting, of course, on my page and with updates on how things are going, and it won't be long.
Awesome. Well, thank you for coming out, and thank you to everybody in the audience for watching tonight. Hopefully you've enjoyed today's live stream. If you have, hit that like button. It helps me out a lot. And as always, that's all for today. Kedrick, out.
All right.
Cool.
Cool.